Okay, we're back with more FF16. I have some new reviews up for the channel. I felt a little bummed because I had to probably skip this week's schedule of a chaotic lore video, because after getting my new phone and now I gotta wait till my next paycheck before I go and buy some wireless earbuds, because apparently at a certain point, probably after the Samsung reached 20 in their 20s, they start to automatically just be like, okay, we can do without the wireless. I mean, we could do without the wired headphones. It's all about Bluetooth wireless stuff now. And they're like, man, that sucks. That's more money that I have to spend, and I will have to go to the T-Mobile store in order to get like some proper ones that not only won't hurt my ears but also will last longer than an hour if I'm out and about. And I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow morning, but not even that, early in the morning. It's just like I gotta, and there was supposed to be a T-Mobile store closer to me, but I guess it got closed down a while back. So I gotta go all the way to the Chicago Ridge Mall that I usually go to, where I go to the movie theater. And the T-Mobile store inside that mall opens at 11. Even though the mall opens at 10, the store inside opens at 11. Which I guess is not too bad, because usually I go early to the gym in the morning, but tomorrow morning is gonna be like raining and thunderstorming, at least until by 11ish. So I can sleep in a little bit, then run quickly to the, well, not run, but go quickly to the T-Mobile store, get the dang earbuds, then go directly to my gym and begin my workout and spend a few hours there. I still got X-Men First Class movie review to do, but I'll probably just push that to like 6 p.m. and start working on the chaotic lore script when I get back. And that's what I'm going to have to do. So if push comes to shove, I'm going to have to like push this week's chaotic lore video up a week. 1, 2, 3. So
what's happened?
Don't like it, but things kept interfering needlessly, taking up my time when I should have been put into preparing for other scripted videos. But
Clive, you'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
All right. I'll go and ask.
Thanks, Clive. I owe you one.
Trading places. That reminds me of an Usher song. And speaking of, it reminds me of this news story I heard early this morning. After the whole Keke Palmer situation weeks ago, where she, you know, was dressing kind of provocatively. Some might disagree, but it obviously didn't sit too well with her boyfriend. And some people jumped down his neck for saying like, hey, I'm not comfortable with my woman dressing in your kind of way. It wasn't even about the whole Usher concert at all. It's just how she was dressing wasn't sitting too well with him. And everybody's sitting there having their own opinions like, oh, you should let her do whatever she wants. BS. But now Usher now making things worse by having this new music video, a song called Boyfriend, with Keke Palmer as one of the stars in the music video. And it's like rubbing salt into the wound. As much as I love Usher, this dude, you're an ass for that, dude. You know, that, like, why you feel that was any way, shape, or form cool to do? Sorry, I was checking the things on Lyft because I want to get to the store quickly tomorrow morning. I want to see like how much roughly I'll be spending, and might be just like $9 to $10. And let's spend that to get there quickly. I don't have to wait for the bus. Get there quickly, get the thing, and then I tell up my, catch the bus back to my gym and start my workout. And I'm going to see the Blue Beetle movie this Saturday. Normally I go on Thursday, but a friend of mine invited me to, like we was going to be hanging out this Saturday, like I mentioned previously before, grab some lunch, then go see the movie. Previously I thought I was going to be streaming on late Saturday because I thought I'd be hanging over at his house checking out his like new man cave that he renovated, but him and his girl are going to see this Chance the Rapper concert later that evening, so that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, so I will be streaming. And but I will be, as a matter of fact, no, because I was about to say like I could do the 12-hour stream, like no, like I want to wait until MK1 comes out before I start doing any streaming with any multiplayer stuff, because I want to get the Guilty Gear Strive, and I might get that tomorrow and get that downloaded and start playing, like the story modes and stuff like that. So because after Evo this past week, man, I'm like I already did my toe in Guilty Gear XR way back when, but never like kept up with it. I was like, you know what, I want to get into some more Guilty Gear.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours. I know, but no buts about it, all right?
Phrasing? Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican Army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the Army jumped at the chance.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
El, what's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist were speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid.
I'm not going
buyers
to
will be
work
few
on
and far
Sundays,
between.
so I
I'm
might
going to
take the
Randall
extra
myself.
day
Alone?
to
You sure that's
not
wise?
only
Are you
work
offering
on
to
the
be my bodyguard? How kind.
Chaotic Lord
Meet me at the
drafts,
checkpoint near the
but I
Capitol gates.
might
I'll send
stream
an
a
owl
little
ahead
bit.
and request
Don't
a
know
meeting.
what.
You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it?
It might be
Well,
Street Fighter 6
looks
to
like I'm following
play
orders
around
till
with
she gets
the
back from
online
meeting the
matches.
Silver Peak Consortium.
I might not go back
Who've
to
been doing their
the
best to undermine
world
our
tour.
scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well stocked and defended. You go to Randala and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off. If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar then. I'd better not keep Eloise waiting.
I wouldn't give wrong. Looks like this is the end of the road. When are they gonna let us through?
Yeah. Like I needed an extra. Like this Sunday is like I knew no matter what happens on the 19th, I need like a day to myself. Because especially next week I'm going, spend a lot of time at work. It's like no, I can't. I'm like I need the Sunday. This like I need the break.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia. Over here!
So yeah, because I want to go through Guilty Gear, learn some, at least a character or two, because at some point, probably gonna be next month at some point, if I get 2 days in a row, I want to do a 12-hour stream. I'm probably gonna be sometime after maybe not fully next month. Maybe, I don't know. It's sometime after Mortal Kombat 1 comes out and I go through the story mode there. Probably gonna be beginning of October, more than likely. Depending on how soon I get through MK1. Once I get through the story mode there, I'm gonna do a 12-hour stream where I can like play online matches with MK, Street Fighter 6, COD, Modern Warfare 2, because at some point down the line I'm gonna get the Snoop Dogg character, Homelander, and Starlight. What else? Overwatch 2, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I think I'm forgetting something. Yeah, but and Destiny 2, and play some online play, like probably like a couple of hours or so each, which should cover like a good 12-hour period. That is the plan. And I definitely want to do it before we get the jump on Spider-Man 2 not next month, but in 2 months from now.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
Oh, and I will be doing like a Blue Beetle spoiler review later Saturday night.
It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves, and then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Cuff?
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least. They deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just make sure he's safe.
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming.
Phrasing?
Oh.
That's better.
What's the situation?
You know, I'm actually, considering getting a tattoo of Sasuke's, Heaven's curse mark. Same spot as he has it. They're just, right above the left shoulder blade. Probably gonna, do that maybe like next Saturday. Go to a nearby tattoo parlor and get that done. Hopefully it doesn't take like, a couple of trips. It's not like too elaborate to warrant multiple trips. Cause I actually want to start like, getting certain like tattoos, like a Superman logo, Spider-Man logo.
Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area's flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me.
Never went in this direction before.
Where are
yours, Torgal. Stay down. Torgal, kill. Stay down.
Stir the pot.
All yours, Torgal.
Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
Speak of the devil.
Looks like it's found me.
You triggered my
This
trap
thing's turned
card.
as well. This isn't going to be easy. Thanks, boy.
Gotcha.
You have failed this city.
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! And so will you! Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore. Wait.
Can you take care like effer?
Goodbye, Elle.
sometime later, like 5 minutes.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
Will you?
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
The first bearer of bad news.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces just like we always have, and to Theo's. Wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own. To continue helping you however I can. Whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
I have a choice too. Steak or fish. Or chicken or fish. Zero
Lord Rossfield,
figures.
Is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
Duty Undying.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the Firebird's flames burn ever in your heart.
Let's go. Faster! No mistakes. Straight home now. Farewell.
Okay, here we go. New places to search through.
Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. All yours, Torgal. Well done, Torgal. That's better. Slow. Come on. I needed that. Fire and flame! Torgal, kill! That's better. Finished.
Darn it, why I keep like not dodging that?
There's a good boy. Nice try. Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
Duh.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Okay. First things first, let me get something to drink and perk myself up. Be right back. Oh god. I got myself some popcorn. Uh
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
My thanks. I shall study them and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided had the others not chosen to complete their work instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rossfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
So you're just content at being a zealot. Nice age.
Everything's back the way it was. I don't know.
Take that, you naughty thief! And that!
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure?
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be, until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud, by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
First of all, mayor, this is what, like Middle Ages-ish? The term mayor, I don't know when it was invented, but wouldn't be around this time period. And voting, sure, there's always things like with like votes and stuff, but not for, I don't know, it just wouldn't work. And I think the writers like, I hate it, I won't say I hate it, but it's kind of like you're trying to input stuff in a game for a time period that wouldn't jive well in a story context or historical context.
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy. One of them swings a sword, the other forges them.
Kids say the darnest things, don't they?
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. The League of their own. The Justice
Still in
League.
Dalimil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me. Better already. That's better.
Are you sure about this? The desert's a dangerous place. It's safer in a caravan.
Get to a merchant.
If there's one thing we've learned over the past few years...
When the Fang fell, it took my livelihood with it.
We need someone who can bring the whole town.
Are you looking for something in particular? Here you are. My thanks. An excellent choice. Go with Gilbert.
Fresh silks from the Kanda caravan.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together.
This one. Toggle, kill! Get off!
Here we are.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
Titan!
Alright. Bastard.
better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
Let's go save Aladdin.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed.
What? I gotta convince them.
That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
But Clive is a bearer too, so why would they listen to him?
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
He knew all along that he was playing us.
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil, and they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearers? I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But...
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope
So
to
you're doing a
stand against
Batman
the threat
thing.
that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
I would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
Get out your feelings.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
Is that a pun? He's a hero that the town needs. Not what it wants right now. The Silent Guardian. The Dark Knight. One moment, people. Swear to me. No, I'm thinking about it. You know, a song I haven't heard in a long time. Frank That Batman. I think it's like, you know, kind of like, you know, remixes after Crank That Superman song by Soldier Boy. They did quite a few. Okay, that's all of did I get them all? I must have got them all. I thought like I had like at least one more stop to make. I guess that's it. It's all the side missions.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
This one's like 50, so. Oh. What you got?
I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Here's everything we've received and everything promised. Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
Then what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength,
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Perhaps the prince feels the same. is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well.
It tastes like piss, but it'll do the job.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
That's probably a no. Where are your parents? Thought you was doing those, selling all those potions for them.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Yes, Mom.
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsmen. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Since I just, recently wrapped up all the X-Men TV shows, I can get back into wrapping up Yu-Gi-Oh! Some Yu-Gi-Oh! Get back to other TV shows, so I'm gonna go straight into wrapping up Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D so I can get into Zexo and the rest, back to back. Oh, I thought that was it. And just another S tier. But yeah, there's more bounties. But not there yet. I'm gonna wait until this. I gotta wait until I'm at least level 50 before I start challenging anybody else.
I still say it were a compliment.
Say. Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, if it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood?
Well, check your attitude.
Barnabas Thom, the one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldamark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said.
Phrasing?
Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits.
Phrasing?
Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Back again? What is it that you wish to learn? One must understand one's place in the world. I have the details here. Very good.
Just curious.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject.
You're supposed to do that
what
anyway.
I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, if you have. But there
why'd you
was once
ask?
a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss.
that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Mid said I can ride the Enterprise, mate.
I'll be in the video in a few minutes.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Okay, thing will end the video slightly early. I really just didn't want to get to jump on. The next comic book review will be Quicksilver, and then we'll wrap up the solo X-Men comics with Scarlet Witch right after that. So we'll get right into the teams. With the X-Men properties. Anyway, I also gotta, start binge watching the last of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. That'll be the next TV show review I want to get to. Wrap that up so I can start getting to Zexo and so forth, which I won't say I'm not looking forward to, but I think after 5Ds, there's like a slight downhill. You'll start seeing remnants of a slight turn in the quality of Yu-Gi-Oh! That we are used to. Not like they're bad, but it's just narratively speaking, and some design wise of characters, I'm just not feeling it. And it's like Zexo's like a parody of Yu-Gi-Oh! In a way, in my opinion. And Arc 5 really makes it worse, but like I said, we'll get to it. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow for the movie review of X-Men First Class. So, yep. Have a good night. Take care. Be well.